Hi guys, this is Lucky with Lucky Sevens Tarot, and this is your message of the day. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Our emotional state controls our behavior. So if you're happy or angry, sad, your behavior reflects those feelings. It is really important to recognize your emotions and to take a time out when you're feeling sad or depressed, disappointed, frustrated, all of those things before you react, before you do something that you might regret, before you do something that you're going to have to apologize for later, or the consequences to your actions are going to be dire. They're going to affect your life in some negative way. Oftentimes when we react to negative emotions and we don't think before we react, we end up having to clean up a mess and creating more chaos to the situation than if you just took a step back and decided to allow the emotional state that you're in to subside a little bit so that you can have a rational thought, so that you can think things through and allow yourself to feel all the feelings that you feel and see things from every perspective before you make a decision that could affect your life. There are a lot of really good people in prison right now because they reacted off of pure emotion in the moment. They made a permanent decision based on a temporary emotion that if they would have taken a step back and just allowed the emotion to subside a little bit, they may have made a different choice. They may have saved their own lives or saved years of their lives and been able to be free. But they reacted and allowed their emotions to take control over themselves. And now their lives are in a very different direction. We are all one decision away from a very different life. So don't allow your emotions to take control over your actions to the point where you're making bad decisions because you can't control your emotions. And I know some of you are wondering, like, how do I control my emotions? You control your emotions by the value that you place on your thoughts in reference to the circumstances that you're dealing with. So if you see something as negative and harmful and something you can't get over in your mind, if that's the value that you place on it, that's the feeling that you will have. And therefore, those are the actions that are going to follow. So you have to learn to check in with yourself, to take a time out and away to allow yourself to think in different perspectives. A person who cannot control their emotional state and acts out of emotion is someone that cannot be trusted. That person is dangerous. So you need to make sure that it is of high priority and value to you to learn to check in with yourself, to recognize your triggers. Do you get, clammy? Do you get, hot, whatever, when you are upset, when your feelings are hurt, or when you're angry? Recognize those feelings, those physical triggers in yourself so that you can say, okay, I need to get away from this situation for a moment. I'll come back after my thoughts are collected and discuss this or deal with this, whatever it is. Give yourself the time that you need to think of the situation from multiple different angles before you make a knee-jerk reaction decision that could affect your life in the future in a negative way. There is always a consequence for every action, whether it is a good consequence or a negative one. So it is so important to check yourself and say, hey, is this going to be something that I'm going to be able to live with if the consequences are negative? Is this something that I'm going to regret later on if I do this? Give yourself that moment. You will not regret it. And that is my challenge to you. I love you guys, and I hope that you're loving on yourself. Peace, love, and blessings to you always.